Hello and welcome to the newspaper review here on TAP TV. Of course, this is where we get to discuss newspaper headlines with members of the street. You get to see their reactions as regards headlines making rounds on the papers. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and you out there can also be a part of this show. Please subscribe to our channel if you're yet to subscribe. Turn on your notification button. Connect with us across all our social media platforms. So that when we draw videos like this, you get to receive our notifications. As you could see behind me, we are the streets of Port Harcourt, and we want to discuss with members of the street. But before we do that, let's first look into these newspapers and see what the stories look like. Today being Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. We could see on the Punch newspaper, it says $30 billion loss. Federal government may revoke unused oil well licenses. Details of this story is found on page 21. 27 states failed to assess 54.9 billion naira UBEC fund. Details is found on page 12. Marketers excited as Dangote lowers diesel to 1,000 naira per litre. Interesting. Details of the story is found on page 21 of the Punch newspaper. And at the main story here, we could see it says federal government writes governors as agency predicts flooding in 31 states. Details is found on page 2. And at the banner story here, we could see it says NDLEA destroys 304,436 kilograms of illicit drugs in Lagos. Details is found on page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. PDP NWC submits report on Wike as neck meets Thursday. Details is found on page 29. Blood on Chidima's dress matched Ataga's DNA, says experts. Details is found on page 4. Delta bloodbaths. Diri warns against unrest. Chiefs worry over detained monarch. Details is found on page 14. And lastly, it says Naira abuse. EFCC arraigns Cubana chief priest today. Still on this Naira mutilation issue. Details is found on page 14. And that's all we'll be taking on the Punch newspaper. And moving on, we'll be looking at the Sun newspaper. We could see as headline here, it says Budget 2024. Obi exposes more questionable allocations. Sub-story under that reads, says 15 billion naira for NAS hospital, 5 times more than National Hospital. Others. Details is found on page 25. The main story here reads, flood. Federal government places 31 states on red alert. Sub-story under that reads, warns Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Benue, Imo, Osun, Oyo, others to expect deluge. Details is found on page 6. 60 PDP reps insist on Damagum sack. Sub-story under that reads, Scuttle's move to pass confidence votes in party leadership. Details of this story is found on page 27. More trouble for El-Rufai as Kaduna Assembly resolves to probe expenditures. Projects under his administration. Details is found on page 26 also. Militia herdsmen kill 6 security operative, 2 others in Benue State. Details of this sad story is found on page 4. Kano Anti-Graft Agency to arraign Ganduje today, amend charges. Sub-story under that reads, APC dismisses suspension. This is found on page 26 and 27 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Tinubu unveils Nigeria's single window project. Sub-story under that reads, targets 24-hour port clearance. This is found on page 6. Nigeria, others need $600 billion investment to achieve clean hydrogen energy, says World Bank. This is found on page 2, and that's all we'll be taking on the Daily Sun newspaper. And lastly, for today, we'll be looking at the New Telegraph newspaper. We could see here, it says, IMF raises Nigeria's economic growth forecast by 0.3%, says inflation will fall to 26%. Interesting. Details of this story is found on page 3. Dangote crashes diesel price to 1,000 naira per litre. Details is found on page 8. The story here says, flush out bad police officers now. Akpabio tells IGP. Details is found on page 2 and 4. Kaduna Assembly sets off panel to probe El-Rufai. Sub-story under that reads, Israel, oil price rise as US threatens new sanction on Iran. Details is found on page 2 and 8 of the New Telegraph newspaper. 200 billion naira palliative loan. Federal government begins payment of 50,000 naira trade grant to nano businesses. Details is found on page 3. Mocha, why Ganduje's arraignment may create constitutional crisis. Sub-story under that reads, NAF killed 30 terrorists in precision airstrikes. Details is found on page 2 and 5. In the main story here, we can see it says, Damagum, PDP reps Kaku's meeting, end in commotion. as pro-Wike lawmakers move to give AG national chairman confidence vote fail. We must take back Aso Rock in 2027, says Kakos. Details is found on page 3, 5, and 29 of the New Telegraph newspaper. Maritime. Tinubu unveils single window facility to curb $4 billion loss. Details is found on page 8. Flood alert. 31 states, 148 council risk heavy flooding. Federal government warns. Details is found on page 4. Federal government paying about 600 billion naira monthly for fuel subsidy now. Renault CEO says. How sure is he about this information? All right, details is found on page 2, and that's all be taken on the New Telegraph newspaper. Now let's get to see the reactions of people on the streets. Let's get to hear what they have to say as regard these headlines that are on these papers. Stay tuned. All right, good day.
Yeah, good day, my brother. How are you?
Welcome. It's good to have you.
All right.
All right, I'd like your thoughts on the New Telegraph newspaper that says Dangote crashes diesel price to 1,000 naira per litre. Don't you think the 1,000 naira is still too much for us Nigerians?
My brother, honestly, 1K is too much.
Remember that this is a local production.
1,000 is too much. You understand? According to the creator, we get the fuel from our land. You understand? I think that they should bring it more down. The 1,000 is much too much. It's on the house side to the masses. You understand? So we are begging the government to look at the price.
Like how much do you think would be okay?
At least 180 naira is okay.
But is it possible in Nigeria as we see things at the moment?
If the leaders can make it possible, it will be good to the masses. Honestly, to reduce the suffering of the masses. People are suffering so much. People are dying, in fact.
And most people are blaming this suffering to the removal of subsidy and the price of petrol.
Honestly, the price of petrol and the cost of everything. The price of the petrol are touching the price of the cement and every other things. Indomie,
and these lights that we are not even having.
We're not seeing light. I do pay for NEPA bill 2.5 every month, but I cannot see lights 7 hours in a month. Could you imagine?
It's not supposed to be like that.
It's not supposed to be like that. Please, we are begging the government to reduce the price of petrol, rice, Indomie, cement, all those things to go down.
As it used to be before.
As it used to be before. You understand? During the time of good Lord Jonathan, you understand? Let them bring it so low, please.
But seeing how Nigeria is, and we know how Nigerians are, they always want to add prices to goods. They always want to make profit. If the price of petrol come down, do you think the price of food will come down? We've seen that dollar price has dropped a little bit from 1,415 now. Dollar is around 1,001 or so. But the price of food did not still reduce. So what do you have to say about that?
My brother, the price of food is another thing that is killing people. Exactly. If the government can bring price of food down, even though people will not even be talking about cement, but you go eat first belly food before you build house. You understand? Before you build house, you must eat some belly food first. Let them start from food. Bring food down. Bring it down. If they can bring one bag of rice to 20,000 there, 30,000 there. Masses common man can eat. Rich man will also eat. Not to keep it in a rate that the rich people will be eating. The poor people will be dying. Why? Why is it like that? Common 1 cup of rice is 350 naira. 1 cup of rice. 1 bag is climbing to 100,000 naira. How can we buy 1 bag of rice? It's 13,000 naira. It's much. It's much in the country. It's much, please. The government should look at it and know what to do. People are dying. If you go to rural area, villages, you see people are crying. People are dying. Orphans are crying. Widows are crying. In fact, I'm tired. The country is messed up.
But seeing how messed up the country is, like you rightly said, do you think there's hope for Nigeria? Seeing how things are, do you think there's hope for Nigeria for the country to be better?
Tinubu told us there is hope. Tinubu promised before now everything will be good, but everything have climbed more than.
It's not even what we expected.
We never expect this.
But is there hope?
I was even thinking that Tinubu will bring everything down. That Tinubu regime will be good, but Tinubu regime is the worst. Why? Where are they packing the money to? Would they enter grave with the money? Huh? We don't enter inside grave with the money. Let us say, remember, one day everybody will die and go.
Exactly.
All this money you are packing from this country to this country, will leave all of them and go. Let them look into those things and know what to do, please.
All right, thank you very much. All right, good morning.
Good morning, my bro.
Welcome. I would like your thoughts on the Punch newspaper that says PDP NWC, National Working Committee, submits report on Wike as NEC meets Thursday. This is a report about people that went against the PDP party during the election period. It's a very funny one because we know that some persons would disrespect their party, going out of their way to suit, maybe because of the financial benefit that they get. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, right now, like
Is the report even necessary? Like after a year?
like what I'm saying is that to me, I not see the people that they are calling that they are playing anti-party. Like the leader of the state in PDP, River State, Chief Barrister Ian Wike, is not play anything anti-party. They need power to rotation of power. So why they not, when the Atiku Abubakar being the flag bearer of the People Democratic Party (PDP) last year general election, so Wike was stand as the agreement that said that as the national chairman of the party, which is from the north, the PDP presidential electoral campaign cannot be the same north again. Let's divide
So it will go round.
make the thing, don't the thing to go round so that the thing will be moved smoothly. So now the issue is that is bringing this confusion that they are saying that they are anti-party. They cannot sack Nyesom Wike, or they cannot pay Nyesom Wike for this issue of this crisis. So they have not seen anything like they say anti-party in River State here, because we are working together. Even the state now, APC and PDP, they are working together in River State. So where are you talking about anti-party? Okay, now Wike aspects on the own side of the story say, let's do this thing in the right way. As we are not affecting the party chairman, national party chairman, let the presidential aspirant and candidate, the aspirant come to the other side so that the thing will balance. Then they said no. They still take the candidate of the presidential candidate, and they still take the party chairman. So with that, I did not see that Wike did not play anti-party, and all those that are supporting Wike, they are not playing anti-party. Then secondly, when Wike come, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, called Wike, when Wike received the information that he would be the minister on this cabinet of the APC.
Exactly.
So Wike still went to the party and wrote to them that see what they are giving to me, they are asking me to do. And the party said, okay, you can go ahead. It's good. It's a welcome development. And why are you saying that this man is playing anti-party? Is it because the man is seeing far? That is why all of them they are jealous of this man. So I'm not seeing this thing as anti-party.
Okay.
Then,
how about this rift between Wike and Governor Fubara in recent times in River State here?
okay.
Some persons will say it's an anti-party thing.
No. There is no anti-party. Likewise, as I said that before, Wike is not playing anti-party. In River State, Wike is the leader of the party in River State, PDP in River State. And Wike have made the APC and the PDP, which they are the majority party in Nigeria, to work together in River State. So if you see that kind of man, you need to respect that kind of person and follow up for peace to reign. We cannot do election as the time and we started fighting ourselves. It's doing well to make sure that the state come together. So now when they are coming to, like people have always said that it's a father and son issue. This is not a father and son issue.
Exactly.
Like me, I said,
I've been wanting somebody to say that it's not a father and son issue.
no, this is not a.
It's two mature men having a rift in their party.
That is it. So
All these things happen often.
that is, I cannot support those kind of persons. Like people say that what Wike do to my LJ, what Wike do this, or do that. Why I keep following Nyesom Wike? Why not follow the youth governor? Sim is not a youth governor. Why will you follow somebody that is not have a focus, is not have vision? Where is going? Somebody brought you from nowhere. Even when you cannot.
You were not a politician.
I'm telling you honestly. Somebody just pick you from nowhere, from gutter. Okay, assuming that Sim is not a governor, can Sim look Nyesom Wike face and talk to Nyesom Wike?
Especially as Wike is the minister of the FCT at the moment.
I'm telling you, so when people are ungrateful, I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with them. Because in Rivers State, come rain, come sun, Wike is the leader of the party.
Exactly.
And I bet them 2027, things will change, and things will change for good for Yeson Wike. And people will believe, from that time, people will believe. I don't talk too much, but I know that let's respect those that respect do for them. So if you are coming to say that now they are saying that you should day your day, when somebody just pick you from nowhere, you are talking about day your day, no problem now. There is karma for tomorrow. If you are talking about this to say that day your day, and you are started, if you are boss, somebody that just brought you from nowhere, that you are nobody know you. Even me, I not even know this SIM card self. So, but now the team has spoiled. I just using my phone to play music. I throw away the SIM card because the SIM card is not good. Before they said we should use SIM card, but when I look the SIM card is not good. I throw away the SIM card, so I'm not using the SIM card again. It's only my phone I'm using to play music. I'm not making call again because the SIM card is spoiled. There is no network in the SIM card again in Rivers State. When others are doing project and doing well, go to Abia State. Before people are admiring Rivers State, when Yeson Wike is the governor, people are admiring Rivers State. But now Wike is no longer there. People are talking about Abia State. Why can't you do development every day? You are doing Thanksgiving. Are you the only person that have a court issue? Other state governors have court issue, but they're not doing all this Thanksgiving issue. But you are just talking about Thanksgiving to do campaign, to bribe people for bribing. It will not help you. At the end, when those people collect those money from you, the end they will disappoint you because they are looking for your money for now. But the end, let the real one will tell you. If you are a real politician, you cannot just go and follow somebody that all of them. Everybody they are there, they are not focused. They are looking for money, they are They are just looking for where to shop and could cash out at this moment. So this is the time for them to cash out. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, this is where we draw our curtains for today. You heard everything that has been discussed here. You heard the opinions and thoughts of the people on the streets as regard these headlines making rounds on the papers. And you out there can also be a part of this show. Turn on your notification button. Connect with us across all our social media platforms. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and this has been the newspaper review here on TAF TV. See you next time.